Alright, folks, welcome back to the Boys Green YouTube channel. It's time for post match reaction, a very late post match reaction to Ross County 1, Celtic 2. I'm joined by Alistair. How you doing, Alistair, after that?
Good, good now, thanks. I was a wee bit worried. I'll have the 60 minutes, not gonna lie, but got there in the
Aye,
end, mate.
aye. Um, we may as well start with the lineup. It was kind of expected, I thought. We'll be seeing, obviously, Johnston played, Trusty obviously played, Valley played, and obviously Scales was the back line. In the midfield was Tati McGregor and Engels, and then the front three was Nicholas, Kundize, Maida, and Adamida. Um, I thought first 20 minutes after we had a lot of the ball, but it was reminiscent of last season, shall I say? But it was just slow, turgid, and nothing was really getting done with the ball, and that suited Ross County.
I did, mate, it really did, and I just, uh, I just thought you knew from pretty early on in the game, Josh, it was going to be one of the days. You really did, and I honestly think it was a case of just won the day. And the, I'm going to give a special shout out to Alistair Johnson in the respect of when we needed somebody to step up, he scored the goal and made a goal.
Aye, and to be honest, I think it was kind of inevitable that we've had that slow 20-minute start. Ross County start to get a bit more confident and get up the pitch, and we end up giving away a penalty, a Liam Scales handball. First and foremost, I don't know what the hell his hands doing out in that position. It's not a natural position, and also it's a Stonewall penalty.
Well, I was at the game and the view was terrible, so I never really got a good look at it. But I come home and I watched it, and yeah, no complaints. And
I think
no complaints. I mean, mate, you can't just put your hand up in the air like that. You really
aye,
can't.
and it was stopping the ball for basically it changed the direction of the ball. But we Ronan Hale he steps up and sees his
He's a
penalty
Celtic
saved.
fan as well.
Celtic fan. Um, he's seen his penalty saved first time around, but Schmeichel he was way off his line, and then the second time Hale puts it in the same place, but gets it falling in the corner, and we're down 1-0. And then after you're looking for a response, and but even after the goal, I know it was quite close to half time. You were needing a goal, and we were needing a big response in that second half. Um, I think the midfield was really faltering. I thought, and I really like Rio Hatate. I thought he was awful again, to be honest. Didn't he offer anything? I don't know what's going on with Hatate. I don't know if I know with these quite every few games we're always talking about Hatate. As his head in it. But Alistair, what do you think about Hatate? 'Cause he just was really off it today.
Well, you could tell even in the warm up, Josh, I was in about 11:30, right? And for and as they were shooting in the goal, Hatati was one of the ones where you were kind of like, um, you were kind of like, he doesn't fancy it today, and and you can just you've been at plenty of games, Josh, and you know when players fancy it. Even in the warm up at times, you can just tell, especially if you're at pitch level, and he didn't fancy it today.
Aye, no,
I
I think
think
it's a
he's,
good.
I think
Um,
he's just having one of these spells, where he just needs to, he needs, he, he needs an international break, as daft as that sounds,
Mhm.
he, he needs to hit a national break. And to be honest, not just him, I think Werewolf had a great start to the season, and I won't deny it. Um, but he he we've kind of faded off the last couple of games, and I would even say no the St Johnstone game, but going back to the Falkirk game. So
Aye.
I think I think we came to the point where it was just a case of one a day, regroup, and and hopefully when we come back, we can come back flying.
Aye. In the midfield, wasn't just tatty. I thought Arnott Engels today was so off it, to be honest. Um, Obviously, and he was, he was really off it today. And then in the second, kind of half, substitutions come on. Luke McKeown comes on. Paulo Bernardo, he comes on. Nick, Kyogo came on as well. Forrest come on later on in the part. And the difference with the substitutions, especially like players like McKeown, Bernardo, and Kyogo wasn't really involved in the play as much, but he was giving St Johnstone something else to think about, which I don't think either was. I think either was yet again really struggled. I'm not having a go at Adam either. I just think he really struggled in that first half to make anything happen. But Kyogo come on and it just gave the defenders of St Johnstone, sorry, Ross County a bit of a headache, and um, we can. There was a different side. It was more direct, more getting the ball forward. So, what did you make? Obviously, the substitutions. Obviously, Asda. Then we kind of kicked into
Um,
gear.
I thought Kyogo was good, but the one that turned it for me was Bernardo. Um, just with set piece delivery, his passing, his drive, you could tell he was up for it as soon as he come on. And and a special shout out to somebody that I had I was very cynical of if you remember at the Falkirk game, but I thought Valley did did
Aye.
well today. I really did.
Um,
And
we're kind of banging on the door, and then we it got to think about it got to I think it was a corner that came in. We're kind of banging the door with the substitutions. And cornering for Bernardo. I think McGregor takes a shot, it's going wide, and Johnson kind of just sticks something out with a body part of limb to put it in. And Alistair, I think at that point we needed something like that. We needed something.
we needed a
Um,
boost. We needed a
aye,
boost. We
I think we
really
need
did.
because I think if we didn't score that, I think it might have been
At
difficult
best
for
a
us
draw.
but we go at the goal, you're just looking at that point for us to kick on. Um, we kept had like 15 minutes to kind of get ourselves out of hole because I think that's what it was really. To get ourselves out of hole really, and then we just kept kind of going, and then I think I'm trying to think, but it kind of went, and then there was points where towards the last 10 minutes, Ross County actually down the park. And they try to put it in the corner. I don't really know what they were doing. Trusty manages to win it. Gives it to McCowan. McCowan's tripped. I've seen people try to say that it wasn't a foul, but like if you look at it, you can see him getting clipped. I see Don Cowie he was moaning about it. But it was a foul and then plays it to McGregor. I think McGregor plays it to Johnson. KUHN makes a really good run. Ross County were really open at that point, which I thought was a mistake on their part. Thought they could have
Yeah.
probably done better with
I mean,
the ball at the
see,
corner.
see, to be honest, Josh, I am really pushing the McGowan boat to start a game soon because he's my kind of player. Nippy, up for it, point to prove. And I think, to be honest, with the amount of Champions League games, we should be using McGowan more. and I really thought he was a good substitute as well to bring on. But yeah, I just liked the. It was the one time in the game that we played fast, one
Mhm.
touch, and
Mhm.
we managed to get KUHN free. And to be fair, KUHN was, spoiler alert here, he was really starting to annoy me, coming inside all the time. But then he goes and shuts me up and basically says, "You're talking rubbish. I'll I've just won you the game," and I love that. But to be fair, I just honestly think it'll be one of those games when we won the league, which I believe we will do. We'll look back on and think that was one of them games that you look back on when you won the league.
Aye. And I
Very
and I
like Tony
really
Ralston's game.
and I really do want to. I think Nicholas Kuhn deserves all the credit because there was, and fans are entitled to their opinion. And maybe I was like that as well. Sometimes I wasn't. I never really wrote Nicholas Kuhn off. I just felt sometimes he could have offered more. Um, there's people that were just writing him off far too soon, to be honest. In my opinion. But he's come back today, and he's come back this season, and his stats are scary. I think he's got, I think 11 goal contributions in 14 matches, which is
Yeah, I
really
think
good.
it's something like uh, 6 goals, something like 7 assists, something really bizarre. I'd
Aye,
need to check it, but no,
but aye,
he's doing his bit. He just annoyed me the day we. I don't want him to become a one-trick pony.
nah, I'm sure he'll, hopefully, because I think he's learned how to kind of add a bit of end products. I think maybe that might be the next thing, to just get him unpredictable, because we need an
The,
unpredictable
the
winger.
biggest compliment I can give him, he's kind of like a badder when he first come in,
Aye,
and I think I mean, I, I mean, that's a compliment really because people need to remember it's hard to adjust.
aye.
It really is hard to adjust because you're
Um,
coming for Rapid Vienna. With all due respect, it's a big club in Austria, but it's no the size of Celtic, you
aye.
know.
I kind of want to talk about some criticism that I've seen directed towards Arne Engels. Um, I'm a big fan of Engels, but before I say this, right, I know he was shite today, right, and I'm not that stupid, but I do think some of I think, and this is my issue, right? This is what my issue when we signed Engels was. Where the fans going to give him time, because he's not, just because we've signed a player for £11 million does not mean they're going to be a standout every single game. At the end of the day, he's a 21-year-old kid, right? He's 21, and now I know he's played in the biggest stadiums, but playing up in Dingwall, it does take something. I know it sounds really stupid, but it takes something that, because
Well,
it's physical. But it was. I'm not trying to, try and make excuses for his performance. It was terrible, but I just think he's young, and these performances he'll learn from them. This carry on that people think, because we sign him for £11 million, they're not going to make mistakes. We're signing £11 million because he's a good player at the moment, but he'll get even better. And I've got absolutely no doubt of that. I think people, especially with Engels, need to just kind of calm it down. I think people are expecting him to perform miracles.
I think people need to realise as well, and I know Matt O'Reilly wasn't an £11 million player when we got him, but it's kind of similar. Matt O'Reilly didn't set the head on fire at first.
I've got no doubt. I've got no doubt. Once he gets a few half a season, or maybe even a season under his belt, we will see the best at Arne Engels, because he's a manager that's good with players. and so I've got absolutely no doubts. But I just felt the criticism a bit. There's criticism, and I just think there's just overreacting. I think stuff like I've seen things about comparing it to the Belgium David Tumble, which I just thought was
Oh,
ludicrous.
please.
Now I don't know if it was a joke. It may well have been a joke. It's at the end of the day, but um, I just thought it was a bit ludicrous, some of the criticisms. But obviously, alongside Hatate, he was not very good. Um, but
I
I
think
think
you're entitled to a bad game.
aye, I think it's one of those games, as you said, we kind of just you move on. We still sit joint top of the table with Aberdeen,
Mm.
who, to be fair to them, have done really well, and it sets up a good
Yeah,
game in 2 weeks at
yeah,
Celtic Park. Um,
we're buzzing for that, actually.
but I think it's one of those games you just kind of we weren't at our best. You come off a European. I think that's the big thing. We come off a European embarrassment during the week. Um,
It
and
would
I'm
have been
glad that
easy for the players to chuck it.
aye, and I'm glad that maybe that the Dortmund game has been put in our back of the minds for now. Don't think we should forget about it, but it's good to just get back to winning ways and winning like that as well. Will just kind of put the confidence back up.
I'll
Um,
say this, Josh, regarding the week we've had. See, if you look at the start of the season, we've lost one game, and let's be honest, it's the one game we expected to lose.
aye,
Maybe not in the manner we lost it, but at the end of the day, there's nobody wouldn't have took this. So let's just enjoy the international break if you can, um, and regroup, and hopefully the boys come back refreshed and
aye,
and ready to go again.
aye. We may as well finish off. What about your man of the match?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'm going to give it to Alistair Johnson.
I thought he was decent. Thought in the first half he was a bit shaky, but I think overall he was pretty solid. Um, for me, I'm actually going to go Nelson. I think Valley deserves it. I thought he was for all the
No,
criticisms as you
it was a, it was a, it was a toss up.
aye, for
It
all
was,
the criticisms that he gets and all the like after the Falkirk game, I thought he was good today. He was up and down. I thought he was quite Kieran Tierney-esque the way he was going up and down. Um, he seems to have a bit of speed, good bit of stamina. I think overall he was pretty good, and so I would give it to Vi. I think he obviously
I
couldn't for the goal.
think by the time his loan's over, the majority, I don't speak for Celtic fans like you don't, Josh, but I've got a feeling that the majority will want to sign him
Aye,
because the
no,
potential's there.
I think it's similar to like obviously didn't come in as big a profile as England, but these players need to. I think Celtic fans to get this, and maybe just football fans in general, but I think these players need time to settle into where they're playing. Scotland is a different game to Spain, of course it is. Spain's a
Yeah.
lot of passing and moving, and like this is quite physical, especially places like Ross County. And they might not be the best technically. And I'm not sitting here saying that Ross County's superb and this and that, but people just need to give. I think give this goes for Trusty as well. Just give them a few games. I'd like to see a few games where Trusty's in the back line. If that's along with Scales or Vickers, and give Valley if he gets in a few games, and then it will come. I think I know we've started the season brilliant, but I still think the best is yet to come for the Celtic team.
Yep. Definitely amen to that.
Aye, but I think for me, my man of match for is Valley, but that's going a bit for post match reaction following Ross County 1, Celtic 2 up at Dingwall today. We'll be back. Well, I mean, it's international break, woohoo. But we're back with content over the international break. And until then, speak to you later and hail, hail.